Everybody, good evening. I just went through a little bit of stress this past 30 or 45 minutes, little technical issues. I still have one little technical issue. I can't turn the reverb off, so I think you hear reverb on my voice, the little echoey sound. I'd rather have it than not have it, but when I speak, usually I hit a little button and turn it off because it sounds kind of goofy. And so, anyway, Rick Navarte saved me again, and Richard Barley, of course. So anyway, let me start off with a song right here for you guys. Run and tell all of the angels this could take all night. I think I need someone to help me see things right. Hook me up a new evolution. This one is a lie. We sat around laughing and watching the last one die. I'm looking to the sky to save me, looking for a sign of life, looking for something to help me burn out bright. I'm looking for a complication, 'cause I'm tired of lying. Make my way back home and learn to fly. Think I'm done nursing the patients. It could wait one night. Give it all away if you give me one last try. We'll live happily ever after. Trapped if you just save my life. Run and tell all of the angels it's alright. I'm looking to the sky to save me, looking for a sign of life, looking for something to help me burn out bright. I'm looking for a complication, tired of trying, make my way back home when I learn to fly. Make my way back home when I learn to fly. All along with me, I can't be alone. Try to make this life my own. Fly along with me, I can't make it alone. Try to make this life. I'm looking to the sky above me, looking for a sign of life, looking for something to help me burn out bright. I'm looking for a complication, looking 'cause I'm tired of trying. Make my way back home when I learn to fly. Make my way back home when I learn to fly. Make my way back home when I learn to fly. Okay, that was Learn to Fly by the Foo Fighters, and there was a reason. There was a reason I did that song first. So, Dave Grohl was born in 1969, and so I'm going to be focusing on 1969. Remember that song by Bryan Adams, The Summer of '69? I'm not doing that song, but I want to one of these days. Bryan Adams is one of those singers that's very hard to replicate or to imitate because his voice is it's so gravelly and but it's beautiful too. But anyway, summer of '69. So the year 1969 It's a pretty significant year for the artists that I'm going to be doing tonight. And I thought I would do something different than months past, and I'm going to attempt to do an entire album start to finish, every single song. And it's from the album Abbey Road, which was released in 1969 by the Beatles. So it's kind of obscure. You know, so for those of you who don't know, my name is Phil, and I'm the music director at Cornerstone Church. I've been there for many, many years and decades. And I started guitar kind of late in life. I didn't pick up the guitar till my senior year of high school. And I sustained a baseball injury, and so I was kind of on the DL, disabled list, for those of you who don't know that. I was on the DL, and I had a bunch of free time, so I decided I was going to learn to play the guitar. So I took some lessons, and the teacher that I was taking lessons from, he was down on a music store on San Mateo Avenue in San Bruno. And he was a Beatles fan, and so he taught me Beatles songs. So the first songs I ever learned were Beatles songs. And in fact, it was Yesterday, Here, There, and Everywhere. Those are like to lead a better life, I need my love to be near. I learned Yesterday, I learned Julia. And what I did to make myself learn more, and this is something that I encourage all of you to do. Whenever you pick up something, if you pick up an instrument or you decide to do a new athletic endeavor, right? Let's say you want to start running. What I encourage you to do is commit yourself to some event in the future that forces you to train and practice. So what I did my senior year is I signed up to sing in the senior variety show at Oceana High School, where I attended high school. And because I knew that was looming, and then I could be either ultimately very embarrassed in front of people, I decided I better get serious with practicing. So, if you take up running, sign up for a 10K, sign up for a half marathon. It'll make you'll have to think about that when you don't feel like practicing. So I ended up learning Beatles songs, and let's do a song. I'm gonna do the first song off the Abbey Road album right now, and I'll talk a little bit in between. But my goal is to go through every single song. Not in the exact key, by the way, but we'll see if I can do this without being distracted. I have a very short attention span, so I can get distracted very easily. Here come old flat top, he come grooving up slowly. He got juju eyeballs, he won holy roller. He got hair down to his knees. Got to be a joker, he just do what he please. No shoe shine, he got toe jam football, he got monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola. He said, I know you, you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now over me. That guitar riff sounds like. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Just like the book of Isaiah, I want to fly like an eagle to the sea, fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I regress. Let's go back to the original song. He back production, he got walrus gumboot, he got on a sideboard, he won spinal cracker, He got feet down below his knees. Hold you in his armchair, you can feel his disease. Come together right now over me. He roller coaster, he got early warning, he got muddy water, he won mojo filter. He say 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. Got to be good looking 'cause he's so hard to see. Come together right now over me. Come together, yeah. Come together, yeah. Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she woos me. I don't want to leave you now. You know I believe in how. Somewhere in her smile, she knows that I don't need no other lover. Something in her style that shows me I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how. You're asking me, will my love grow? I don't know, I don't know. You stick around now, it may show. I don't know, I don't know. Down, down, down. Something in the way she knows, and all I have to do is think of her. Something in the things she shows me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how. Ooh. Okay. All right, those were the first two songs on the Abbey Road album from 1969. And, you know, a lot of things happened in 1969, as happened in many years, actually. So Richard Nixon was elected president in 1969. He took his oath of office on January 20th, 1969. What else happened in 1969? The Montreal Expos were the first Canadian baseball team to join Major League Baseball. Very important, very important. What else happened in 1969? I mentioned Dave Grohl was born. Mariah Carey was born in 1969. There's a Canadian there who appreciates the Montreal Expos becoming a baseball team in 1969. What else happened in 1969? The Beatles did their last concert on the roof. They were a very busy band. They did a lot of work. They didn't just do an album and then vacation for 3 years. They did like multiple albums per year. It's pretty amazing, actually. So let's get to the third song on the Abbey Road album. Was quizzical, studied petaphysical science in the home. Late nights all alone with a test tube. Maxwell Edison, majoring in medicine, calls her on the phone. Can I take you out to the pictures, Joe? But as she's getting ready to go, a knock comes on the door. Bang, bang, Maxwell's silver hammer came down upon her head. Clang, clang, Maxwell's silver hammer made sure she was dead. Back in school again, Maxwell plays the fool again. Teacher gets annoyed, hoping to avoid an unpleasant scene. She tells Max to stay when the class has gone away, so he waits behind, writing 50 times, I must not be so. When she turns her back on the boy, he creeps up from behind. Bang, bang, Maxwell's silver hammer came down upon her head. Clang, clang, Maxwell's silver hammer made sure she was dead. PC 31 says we caught a dirty one. Maxwell stands alone, painting testimonial pictures. Rose and Valerie screaming from the gallery say he must go free. The judge does not agree and he tells them so. But as the words are leaving his lips, a noise comes from behind. Bang, bang, Maxwell's silver hammer came down upon his head. Clang, clang, Maxwell's silver hammer made sure she was dead. Whoa, 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 silver hammer. Okay. That was Maxwell's Silver Hammer, Paul McCartney's special. There, yeah. Okay, what comes after? Oh, I know. What else happened in 1969 that was important? Woodstock occurred in 1969. 350,000 people showed up in New York to watch Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, The Who, Jimi Hendrix, Sha Na Na, the big acts of the day all performed at Woodstock. It was a monumental moment in rock history and culture. Oh, darling. I tell you I'll never do you no harm. Oh, darling, if you leave me, I'll never make it alone. Believe me when I beg you, I'll never do you no harm. When you told me you didn't need me anymore, well, I know I nearly broke down and cried. Told me you didn't need me anymore, well, you know I nearly broke down and died. Oh, darling, if you leave me, I'll never make it alone. Believe me when I tell you, I'll never do you no harm. Okay, that was a horrendous ending. Nobody's got a voice like Paul McCartney, I have to say, so I can't do that whole song. This is, in case I didn't mention earlier, we're doing the Cliff Notes version of the Abbey Road album. So I'm not going to do every single minute of every song. So, yeah, I mentioned Cliff Notes to my kids, and it's like, what are Cliff Notes? What's Cliff Notes? It's like, well, have you ever heard of the Reader's Digest condensed version of books? And so, yeah, Cliff Notes, they were for those people that, like myself, that weren't very good readers. And so I would look at the Charles Dickens books. I would try to read it in Cliff Notes like a night before a test was due, thinking that would cover all the main themes and points. But it was something that us poor students would invest in, so we didn't have to read the whole book. We would just read a summary of the book. But then the exams and the tests always asked you questions that were not in Cliff Notes, and so it never did any good, to be honest. But now the whole internet actually is your Cliff Notes. I tell the kids, I go, yeah, you don't have to, you guys can look up anything. The answer to any question is on the internet. So, yep, you don't need Cliff Notes. You have the internet. So anyway, I said all that to say, that's what I'm doing. A Cliff Notes version of Abbey Road tonight, okay? What comes after Oh Darlin'? I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. He'd let us in, knows where we've been, in his octopus's garden in the shade. I'd ask my friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. We would be warm below the storm in our little hideaway beneath the waves, resting our head on the seabed in an octopus's garden near the cave. We would sing and dance around because we know we can't be found. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. swum about the coral that lies beneath the waves. Oh, what joy for every girl and boy, knowing they're happy and they're safe. We would be happy, so happy you and me. No one there to tell us what to do. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you. That was sung by Ringo Starr. Ringo usually had a song or two every album that he would sing, and it was written by the other fellas. So, yeah, he sang Octopus's Garden, and that was the fifth song on the Abbey Road album. Let's see. We're at number... Where are we at now? Oh, I guess we're at the sixth song of the album. Okay. I want you so bad. I want you so bad. It's driving me mad. It's driving me mad. I want you. I want you so bad. I want you. I want you so bad. It's driving me mad. It's driving me mad. Won't you so bad? It's really hard to get the key of this song. It's really because I'm not doing it in the original key. I want you. Oh, here it is. I want you so bad. I want you. I want you so bad. It's driving me mad. It's driving me mad. I want you. I want you so bad. I want you. I want you so bad. It's driving me mad. It's driving me mad. She's so. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Okay. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Slowly melting. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. It's alright. And I will worship you no matter what I'm going through. Waves crash down and flames burn high, yet I will trust you, Lord. Yes, I will worship you no matter what I'm going through. Waves crash down and flames burn high, yet I will trust you, Lord. I will trust you, Lord. All right, that was Here Comes the Sun. That was the second to the last song on the Abbey Road album. So Something and Here Comes the Sun are often thought of as George Harrison's greatest songwriting moments. And both of those songs are in the top 5 of all Beatles songs, actually. Something and Here Comes the Sun. Isn't that something? Yes, I'm not too shy to do dad jokes. Because the world is round, turns me on. Because the world is round. Oh, because the wind is high, it blows my mind. Because the wind is high. Oh, love is old, love is new. The sky, 'cause because the sky is blue, it makes me cry. Because the sky is blue. That was a terrible version of Because by the Beatles, but that is the last song on side one of Abbey Road. It's got tons of harmonies in it, and I think it's one of the reasons, one of the songs that a lot of people felt like when the Bee Gees came out, they thought that it was actually the Beatles disguised as a different group, because the Bee Gees kind of had that same harmony kind of sound with their falsetto. So, yeah, that was side one of Abbey Road, and I apologize for the mistakes that occurred, but we have to look at it in its totality, okay? What else happened in 1969? In 1969, 250,000 people protested in Washington, D.C., the Vietnam War. And so the majority of the country wanted us out of Vietnam. It was a war that we were kind of stuck into for quite a while, and it seemed to be never ending, and we lost many lives. And so there was, a crowd of 250,000 people marched onto Washington, D.C. to oppose the Vietnam War. It wasn't too long after that we actually were out of it. You never give me your money. You only give me your funny paper. And in the middle of negotiations, you break down. I never give you my number. I only give you my situations. And in the middle of investigations, you break down. Out of college, money spent, see no future, pay no rent. All the money's gone, nowhere to go. Any jobber got the sack, Monday morning, turning back. Yellow lorry slow, nowhere to go. Oh, that magic feeling, nowhere to go. Oh, that magic feeling, nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Sweet dream. Pick up the bags and get in the limousine. Soon we'll be away from here. Step on the gas and wipe that tear away. One sweet dream came true. Today came true. Today. Yesterday. Yeah. is happy. Here comes the Sun King. Quando parla mucho mi amore o felice corazón. Mundo paparazzi mi amore chica vere para so. Questo obrigado tanta mucho che cani de carrousel. Mr. Mustard sleeps in the park, shaves in the dark, he's a slave paper. Sleeps in a hole in the road, saving up to buy his new clothes. Keeps a tin bob note up his nose. Such a mean old man, such a mean old man. His sister Pam works in a shop. She never stops, she's a go-getter. Takes him out to look at the Queen, only place that he's ever been. Always shouts out something obscene. Such a dirty old man, such a dirty old man. Well, you should see Paula Thin Pan. She's so good looking, but she looks like a man. Well, you should see her in drag or in a polythene bag. You should see Paula Thin Pan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get a dose of her in Jackson kilt. She's Killadilla when she's dressed to the hilt. She's the kind of a girl that makes the news of the world. You could say she was attractively built. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. She came in through the bathroom window, protected by her silver spoon. But now she sucks her thumb and wanders by the banks of her own lagoon. Didn't anybody tell her? Didn't anybody see? Sundays on the phone till Monday, Tuesdays on the phone to me. Oh yeah. She said she'd always been a dancer. She worked in 15 clubs a day. And though she thought I knew the answer, well, I knew, but I could not say. So I quit the police department and got myself a steady job. And though she tried her best to help me, she could steal, but she could not rob. Didn't anybody tell her? Didn't anybody see? Sundays on the phone till Monday, Tuesdays on the phone to me. Oh yeah. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry. And I will sing a lullaby. Golden slumbers fill your eyes. Smiles awake you when you rise. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry. And I will sing a lullaby. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry. And I will sing a lullaby. Boy, you're gonna carry that weight for a long time. Boy, you're gonna carry that weight for a long time. Da 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 da. I never give you my pillow. I only send you my invitations. And in the middle of celebrations, I break down. Boy, you're gonna carry that weight for a long time. Boy, you're gonna carry that weight for a long time. Oh yeah, alright. Are you gonna be in my dreams tonight? How did Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, doesn't have a lot to say. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, changes from day to day. Wanna tell that I love her a lot, but I've gotta get a belly full of wine. Majesty's a pretty nice girl, someday I'm gonna make her mine. Oh yeah, someday I'm gonna make her mine. My finger kind of hurts right now. I have a really hard job right now. My finger hurts. Okay, that was my attempt at doing Abbey Road from beginning to end. Even Her Majesty at the end, that last little song, that little 60-second song at the end. So yeah, just to kind of catch you up. So we're in 1969, and I was kind of talking about different events that happened in 1969, and the importance of that year, and how many things were happening. And you know what? It really wasn't unlike the year that we find ourselves in now. I mean, there was so many political things happening. There was so much division. There were so many protests, right? You didn't really hear about much violence. I'm sure there was some, but that doesn't really hit the headlines. But the news was the news, and people, exercised their right to protest, and things happened. Things got done. We got ourselves out of the Vietnam War. We supported whatever president we had in office, and I can't tell you who. I think Nixon might have replaced Lyndon Johnson. I'm not sure about that. But it's not like Nixon was the most popular guy in the world by any means, okay? But he was our president. Tricky Dick is what his name was, Tricky Dick. So anyway, I learned to play the Beatles when I first started learning to play guitar, and I got into a Beatles band in college. I mentioned in the past called Yeah, 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 and we did all the early Beatles songs. So, in the later years, like from Sgt. Pepper's, once they got to like Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane and Sgt. Pepper's and Magical Mystery Tour, the Beatles, they were such an influential group. No one in history, I can pretty confidently say, has influenced culture the way the Beatles did. They influenced fashion, music, hairstyles, movie making, music videos. No one ever did that before. And so, and the Beatles, they changed, they grew, they experimented. And, as somebody who loved the early Beatles, I listened a decade late, so I wasn't a Beatles fan until later, when the Beatles were already broken up. So as I discovered them, I kind of didn't like the new stuff either. I didn't like Strawberry Fields. Sounds kind of psychedelic, and why is it so weird? And what are they getting all weird about? And so it took me a while to appreciate their latter albums, such as Abbey Road and Let It Be and the White Album. And so, I'm just now kind of discovering it, actually. So I'm near the end of my little show, I guess we'll call it. Sounds funny to say. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me. I know we're not all Beatle fanatics. I am. But, when I was in college and I was in that Beatles band and I became kind of a late Beatles fanatic, I went to a couple of the Beatles conventions that they had in Los Angeles. So in the same way that they would have like the Star Trek convention or Comic-Con, they would have Beatles conventions as well. And so I can remember trying out for the little talent show they had, and I sang Yesterday, and I got booed off the stage because that's one of the things about Beatle fanatics is that they, you either are a John Lennon fan or Paul McCartney fan. You're rarely both, right? And people are always like, it's John Lennon versus Paul McCartney. John Lennon, he was the true rock and roller. Paul McCartney, he's too pop oriented. But I didn't know about that, and so I sang Yesterday, and I got booed off the stage. So that was embarrassing. Anyway, I did my best. Luckily, I can't hear anybody that's booing me right now, so Maybe I'm getting booed right now. Thanks, Bob. I see that. Okay. I'm glad I can't hear you. Let us sing for joy. Let us shout aloud to our King. Come, let us worship God, lifting holy hands. Bless His name. Lord, we come to meet with you again, to worship with one voice in adoration, 'cause you deserve our every praise that echoes in this place. You're the worthy one. Come, let us sing for joy. Let us shout aloud to our King. Come, let us worship God, lifting holy hands. Bless His name. Lord, come with gratitude that flows from deep within our souls. We rejoice in you, and we will glory in your name. With a shout our lips proclaim these praises stirring in our hearts. Come, let us sing for joy. Let us shout aloud to our King. Come, let us worship God, lifting holy hands. Bless His name. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every creature, heaven and earth below, bless His name. Bless His name. Every creature in heaven and earth below, bless His name. Bless His name. Every creature in heaven and earth below, bless His name. Bless His name. Oh, every creature, heaven and earth below, bless His name. Bless His name. Come, let us sing for joy. Let us shout aloud to our King. Come, let us worship God, lifting holy hands. Bless His name. Bless His name. Bless His name. Bless your name. We bless your name. Every creature in heaven and Bless your name. Bless your name. Every creature in heaven and earth below, bless your name. Bless your name. Yes, God, that is our desire. Your word says that if we refrained from worshiping, that the rocks would cry out, Lord. If we were silent, the rocks would cry out in praise to you. And so my prayer is that would be so, Lord, is that we would worship you and that we would cry out praises to your name, God. In everything that we do, whether we're reminiscing on old songs or old times, Lord, times of the past, or praying about our future, God. May you be praised in all of it. That is my prayer, and just pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. All right. Thank you so much for bearing with me, and we'll see what I can try to come up with next week, Lord willing, and have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you guys all then. All right. Blessings.